What's up, Internet? It's Brown Kid here from albotus.com with another fresh episode of Blindboxed. Last week, I did something a little different. Normally on Blindboxed, the show is all about designer toys, urban vinyl toys, blah. Last week, talked about Japanese Figmas, right here. Boom. For the people who saw the show last week and they were like, yes, Blindboxed is back. Boo. No vinyl toys. I will talk about vinyl toys next week and on. It's probably the last time I'll talk about these things, unless I get a new one that's really awesome. Since you've all patiently waited for the return of the show, I'll be offering this custom money. Look at this. This looks freaking professionally made. This thing is nuts. Custom money. Shakes. It's a tiki money made by Jim Freckingham, or just call him Freck, or Jim Freck. He made this exclusively for albotus.com for Blindbox to give away as a prize. Stay tuned. Come back for next week's show. I'll let you guys know how you can win this. This thing is seriously freaking awesome. Look at his little skirt. Woo. Yeah. And if you've been following albotus.com, you know that I am obsessed with Figmas right now. So I got another one. This is Ryomo Shime from Battle Vixens, aka Ikki-Tausen, the same thing this chick's from. This is Kanu. And I also got a Reveltech. This is the supreme competition to Figmas. This is like McDonald's and Burger King. I got these on Amazon. They were pretty cheap. If you see the price tags, see that? It says like 37 bucks. I didn't pay that. I paid like $12. This one, 26 bucks. I think it was like 7. You can see the boxes. This is the Figma box. Looks pretty much like the same exact box for this chick. Nothing new. There you see taking apart the body. Here's all the cool poses you can put her in. I like that picture. I wish it came with that little cat thing. I hope it does. Her face looks kind of weird. Like a love doll. Just like ready for insertion. Those surprised eyes. Let's open them up. See how they fare. So we got the Reveltech. I guess they're called, this is a Fräulein Reveltech. And pretty much like the Figma, comes with extra hands. But the thing I liked about the Figmas is the hands, I don't know if you can see that in there, they come in a cool little case, like holder thingy. And Figma also gives you a Ziploc bag to put all the extra junk in. These guys are kind of like, F you don't need no stinking Ziploc bag. Doesn't come with any other faces, just a sword. Okay, so it comes with a little base. It's not nearly as cool as the Figma base at all, really. It's just a black stand. Why's it gotta be about color? Stick this little nugget like so. And I guess that goes around their hip. It looks kind of ugly. I do like that it has the name of the figure. It's Poco from Sweet Dreams. But you look at these stands, that's just way nicer. I actually really like the hands. I like the coloring. I don't know if you can really see that, but there's like different tones. Like there's the peach and then it goes into like a pink. Nice little touch. These are some hands with gloves. Here's one that can hold a sword. The sword looks kind of nice. But now the actual figure, she has this weird belly wrap on her. I don't know what that's all about. Let's take it off. Okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. I was trying to take this wrapper off, and this thing totally broke off of her. I barely even friggin' touched it. It just bing, fell off. -1 point. Luckily, this was the cheap one. 7 bucks. Whatever. The wings, they're made of like a really weird plastic. You think they'd be like rubbery or bendy or something, but they're just gonna break. This whole thing just feels like it's gonna break. I like the detailing on the clothes, that kind of crap, but I don't know. Let's see what it looks like in a stand. Okay, so here she is, just sort of floating in a stand. She doesn't look comfortable at all. I didn't really put her in like an elegant pose or anything. Alright, so here you can see the difference in size. Don't mind the scratches on my hand. Got a new cat, and he's scratchy. But anyway, the size difference is pretty crazy. Now, as far as the articulation goes, look, you can really barely notice like things like the joints in the legs and the arms. Not really too noticeable, except here, I guess. But on this, it's a little better hidden, but this right here looks way uglier than this. The joints just feel really loose on this, and I'm scared to touch it. Whoa, just notice her boobs are friggin' gigantor. One thing that I do really like about the Revoltech is that it can stand without a base, but that does limit you as far as what you can do when you're posing it. One thing I really don't like is it is almost impossible to get the arms into a pose without them just falling off. Because whereas the Revoltechs, everything's on like a ball joint, so the ball snaps in and it can't be taken out without a good amount of force. This thing, it just comes right off. I barely even worked it there. Now it's resting on my hand. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I was trying to get her in a cool pose with the arm over her shoulder. Kept falling out. Boo Revoltech. Yay Figma. Look how badass that looks. Look at that cool stance. She's like, oh, I'm gonna fuck you up. She's like, oh, my clothes fell off. They're all ripped up. And he's like, okay, so let's break it down. Revoltech. It's big. Looks nice. Facial expression on this one might be a little meh. It's not too bad. I'm getting used to it. Can't pose without the pieces falling off. They make you use your own Ziploc bag. No convenient way to store the extra pieces. The base is kind of ugly and not as pose friendly. Figma's, they give you an awesome Figma bag where you can write the name of the character on it. The hands come in that cool little thingy. They come with extra faces. They're a little smaller, way easier to pose. Stand just looks cool as shit. I think it's clear who the winner is, no matter how big those titties are. Figma wins. Figma! Alright, Internet, that's it for this episode of Blind Boxed. Remember, you can always follow me on Twitter. Just go to twitter.com/brownkid. You can also follow albotus.com updates on Twitter. Twitter.com/albotus. And you can subscribe to all the albotus.com videos on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/albotus.com, all spelled out. And there you can find the latest episodes of Blind Boxed. And you can also find the latest episodes of A Little Bit on the Awesome Show and whatever video game and trailers I decide to put up that I get. Also, don't forget to check in next week. You can find out how to win this awesome custom Tiki money. Don't want to miss it. Definitely check it out next week on albotus.com. See you later.